What you should know about the new Pixel devices from Google. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Google is technology expert Peter Du. Hi, Peter.
Hey Fred.
Great to see you. And has it really been 10 years since Pixel first arrived? Wow.
It's crazy. It seems like it was just yesterday, right? But a bunch of phones have come and we're on Pixel 10 now.
And the pre-orders, I think, have begun for the Pixel 10 phones and the Pixel 4 watch. Let's get a bit of an overview about what some of the newest features are. And I know AI is up front.
Yeah, so, like we said yesterday, a bunch of phones and watches and buds were announced from Google, and some of the best stuff about them actually is the AI features that help you get things done, right? And so one of my favorites is something called Magic Queue. And what this is essentially it just uses AI to surface things when you're in other apps to help you, get a little nudge or, think of something that you didn't know right away. And so, for example, when you're giving a phone call, let's say to an airline, and you need to change, your reservation or something like that, it'll automatically bring up your confirmation number, the destinations, all the relevant stuff there, right? Instead of having to fumble around inside your email app at the same time while talking to the customer service agent. Another example for that too could be you're texting with a friend and you're coming back from said, flight, and they'll say, "Hey, like I'm picking you up from the airport. Where do I get you?" It'll actually automatically in your messages send you, your landing time, when you get there, all that stuff, so you can automatically click send straight to your friend.
And that's designed to save you time and a lot of effort. But beyond that, you're doing a lot with the creativity with the new devices too. Tell us about that.
Sure. The Pixel phones have always been known for great cameras, great editing and everything, and we're just kind of taking that up a little notch. One of my favorite features is called Auto Best Take. Normally, you're taking photos with your friends, you're taking maybe five, six, seven photos in quick succession, but maybe not all of them are perfect. Maybe your friend Kate is smiling in one, you're smiling in the other, and then like Jimmy's blinking in five out of six photos. And so what this does is automatically stitch them together and finds kind of the best facial expressions for everybody and gives you the synthesized photo that you can use, right? That way you don't have to choose which of your friends to sacrifice when you're making a post online. Everybody can look good.
And you still have features like the Magic Eraser that has become pretty popular, I think, right?
Absolutely. Magic Eraser, Magic Editor. And in fact, there's a new feature called Edit via Ask Photos, right? And so what this means is, for folks who just want to like look at their photo and be like, oh, I wish this was a little brighter, you can actually ask your phone to do that. And so with generative AI, you can ask it, hey, can you make the phone brighter? Hey, can you remove the photo bomber in the background, right? And it'll automatically do that for you and give out your results. So you don't have to be an expert in photo editing or anything. You don't have to dial all these knobs. You can actually just ask it with your normal voice.
Is the camera technology itself that's always stepped up a bit too?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things about this new line is there for the Pixel Pro phones, there are the 100x zoom. So this is literally you can take your phone, zoom it in, and over 100 times, and it will actually still look good. And the way it does this is, your phone has a pretty good optical lens, but what it does is use generative AI to help fill in some of those details too, so you don't lose it as you get further in. I've seen an image of this where you see a car at the bottom of a canyon, and it looks completely detailed for you, even though you're so far away at the top of the canyon.
That's just amazing because usually if you're using a digital zoom, you get a lot of noise or pixelation, stuff like that. But this looks very good.
That's right.
You've got some new language translation capabilities too. Tell me about that.
Yeah, these are pretty incredible. It's a live voice translate feature. So, it's funny, like one of the things we use our phones for is just straight up talking with people when we forget that, right? But with this, you can talk with somebody who speaks a different language, right? And it'll be able to translate your voice, your intonation, your accent directly to them in their native language. An example for this is my friend who was testing this. He is like a second generation Japanese American, but his grandma's English is perhaps not quite as fluent. And so what he does is he talks it in English, and then Gemini translates it directly into Japanese for his grandma. And it's not like a robotic, like computer Japanese. It actually takes, the sound of his voice, his intonations, his inflections, and all that stuff. And it sounds just like him, but like in an alternate universe where he actually speaks Japanese.
And is that going to be exclusive to the Pixel 10 devices, or tell me about how this rolls out?
Yeah, so these features are starting on the Pixel 10. Although, you never know. We're always taking a look at how these features may work on other Pixel phones down the line.
Terrific. Now, there are some changes in the new watches too. Tell me about those.
Yeah, so with the Pixel Watch 4, it's a beautiful device, and it's funny, you make it a little bit more round and you get more screen, right? And so just by doing that, you get 10% more screen, and the bezels are smaller, it's a brighter watch, and it lasts longer battery all the time. And actually, it charges now vertically. And so by charging vertically, it actually charges faster, and you can go from 0 to 50% charge in 15 minutes.
Just terrific. And so all of these new things are arriving soon, pre-orders now. What can you tell us about the delivery of these? And you can tell us about some of the different models of the phones because people will have some choices to make here.
Definitely. So a couple models of phones, and a lot of them are available for pre-order starting now. If you go to store.google.com, you'll be able to pre-order them. And in front of me, I have actually the Pixel 10. And so the Pixel 10 comes in a couple different colors, but one of my favorite ones is called Indigo, and it's literally a throwback to that very first Pixel, right? So the very first Pixel phone came out with a very blue color that's very similar to this one. So that starts at $799, and then there's the Pro models and the Pro XL models. Those start at $999. And that's kind of stronger technical specs, more RAM, all that stuff. And then finally, there's the Fold, which is my personal favorite, which I have right here. You unfold it, clap it open, close it, and it's great. It's 17.99, and you're able to do all kinds of multitasking on it. You can like take pictures using the front camera while using the front screen at the same time. Get a little preview of that, and there's a lot of great other features alongside of that for the Fold.
And people can always check with their carriers to see what kind of deals they can strike here in getting the new devices, right?
That's right. And a lot of carriers will be running great deals for these.
Terrific. For more info, where's the best place to go?
Yeah, the best place I think is store.google.com if you want to see the new devices lined up and pre-order them, and then blog.google.com if you want to read more about them too.
Terrific. Peter, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Of course. Thanks, Fred.